Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the configuration of being. Welcome back to an episode of Cooperative playing some more Blues and Bullets, the unfinished game. So, where we last left off, was it this debacle?
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
Actually, I have no idea where the hell we are, or what the hell we're actually doing. Why can't I run? It bothers me. It really does.
Interesting taste.
No.
Been centuries since a gardener visited this house.
No.
Maybe Baccarini's business isn't going too well.
No. Oh, my knees. This guy's pretty fucking old. Elliot, right? Can't remember his freaking name. I'm still getting over the COVID.
The bell doesn't work. I guess Baccarini doesn't get many visitors. Baccarini? Carlo Baccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
I don't know how to describe it.
Ah, well, looks very, Black Dahlia. If I'm trying to be a little, what's the word?
Is that our man?
Baccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alfonso will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right.
I don't know how he's gonna see it, but I'm
We
gonna
have to establish how Baccarini died.
murder,
Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
mutilation. I'm just gonna assume that he
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against?
took pictures, but wow, he is fucked up. Took his eyes out. Wait, can I? Oh, there we go.
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice. His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
Yeah, but why?
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost passed for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time.
I mean, usually they would take the teeth out for identification purposes, but this seems like we already know the
This
identity.
isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
Maybe it's not necessarily strength. Maybe it's leverage.
What's he got stuck in there?
A bottle.
Looks like the bottom of a glass. It's Baccarini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
Oh, yeah. Let's board. So the mutilation.
Baccarini's teeth were all pulled out. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Baccarini. The murderer tore Baccarini's hands off. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Baccarini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
Well, I mean, look for something that was used to remove them.
Blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
What I was trying to say was, like, was there an actual tool, or was it someone who actually just physically did it? Because, as you said, who had the strength of pulling someone's arm off? A cog soldier, maybe, from Gears of War.
Evidence suggests
Whatever.
that the events began in the lounge. How did Baccarini encounter his murderer?
I don't have enough evidence to actually determine that, do I? Let's see.
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy. Or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
So the music sounds. I mean, it's relaxing.
Perfectly
Solving a murder,
There's a saw
all
into the diameter of a
relaxing.
gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
It's the glass, most likely.
Fingernails scratched the wood. Blood ran like water.
And blood's usually thicker. So if it's thin like that, I'm not sure. That's a big ass watch, and that's not an Invicta. That's a Relax.
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
I'm gonna assume it broke during the struggle.
What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
That's probably when it was ripped off.
Blood. Blood everywhere.
Yeah, like I said, most likely that's probably when he tore off the arm.
This was opened recently.
Bottle of Jack. That's what it looks like.
Smells of whiskey.
Just keep getting new clues.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Mm-hmm. Pistol.
There's something under there.
But why not use the pistol?
How did it wind up under there?
Loaded.
Not one round fired. It must have happened fast.
I guess I'll keep that for good conscience, right? No, he left it down there. It's evidence. I don't think anything happened in here. But it looks like he was just about to eat, right?
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
You want to have olive?
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that. 4 glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine.
Was he expecting
I've
someone?
always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one.
Lasagna. Garfield was here.
Leftover lasagna, and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them and cooking. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccarini had company for dinner.
So, I was gonna say either the intruder was actually invited, or, I mean, the killer was invited, or definitely broke in, or he just had someone else.
1 knife's missing, the biggest one.
Was that a defense weapon or the murder weapon?
Shut from the inside.
I'm gonna say, why can't I run, or at least, do this weird jog he does? I think that might be it. I could be mistaken, though.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
Oh no. There's more to this. More blood leads this way.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the 2 of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
Well, that's a weird layout then. So I don't know how we can determine that, but cool. And a spoon.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
That's for the eyes. Yeah, he scooped the eyes out with a spoon. Ooh, that's a nice car. But we'll get to that later. Oh, there's some of the mutilations. Hands.
Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Yeah, the hands are enclosed. Do I continue? I mean, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, I gotta continue. Just gotta take some of that off. Okay, and the pinkies. And the rigor mortis is basically setting in. This is gross. Oh, do I legit have to actually... go full 360? And what does he reveal?
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
Okay, so it's not to misidentify the person, it's just for theatrics. That's all that it really is. Hands hold up his teeth.
What was Boccherini mixed up in?
Maybe I have enough evidence to clear out the board. Let me see, hang on. So, well, we still haven't found the eyes, but I think I just found
a teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes.
I was gonna say, like, I think
the mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives: psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it?
Definitely
some
cultist.
Kind of symbol drawn in blood. A sick altar of human flesh. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Assault.
A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room.
Nope.
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall found in a pistol, fully loaded. A door in the kitchen.
Whoops.
Dirty plates, glass, an open bottle of whiskey. I'd say Boccherini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
It was definitely in that room.
Two pools of blood. One a broken table, scratched, a blood-stained wristwatch. The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position?
Well, obviously it was dragged. Anyway, it definitely was,
what looks like the bottom of a broken glass.
Oops, didn't mean to do that one.
A broken whiskey. The lamp,
there you go.
It's Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Macabre. It is pretty cool how they made this whole entire game and everything. And like I said, it's very upsetting. They never finished it. Oh, wait. Car. Definitely love the Sin City look.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
I need more, evidence, I think.
Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo.
License and registration. Oh.
OB. One of the Boccherini clan?
Oh, not necessarily license and registration, but just a different, someone else.
Plates. Someone drove a long way.
Now, let's see what we got then. Looks like I'm pretty sure witness can definitely conclude.
Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for two.
Really?
The initials OB on a cigarette case. A car with Vermont plates.
I was gonna say, because it's definitely...
Vermont plates. 2, it's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing.
I was gonna say,
3,
come on.
the initials on the cigarette case don't match his name.
Yes, we already know that.
The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen.
Yeah.
There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
The guest was the second
Dirty
dish.
Plates, glasses, and silverware from it. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was
Garfield.
Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up? A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. A door in the corner. A broken whiskey glass found what looks like the bottom of a broken. It seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness?
Oh, then
Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house? A door in the kitchen, locked. One locked door could be a coincidence.
two.
Two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Oh, only just one. Okay. He's. Well, it sounds like he's been dead for a while.
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
So I don't know what they're expecting if this person is still in the house.
Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
When I came in, I pressed the doorbell and it didn't work.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, in light of the facts, I deduced that it was your finger that wasn't working.
Gee, thanks.
So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
Murdered by a cult.
What is that?
It's a photo camera.
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right, follow me. Boccherini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
You're telling me that
Souvenir.
someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
John Wick can fuck
You
people up
worked
with a
all this
pencil.
out on your own, just by looking.
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more. Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me.
Then again, that America Ultra dude, Jesse Eisenberg, fucked someone up with a spoon, so that too. So much for doing this together.
Nothing.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Well, you can go and take some pictures. I'm gonna look around. Or I'm just gonna talk to you. What's up?
You're at a crime scene, and you sit down to read?
Titus Andronicus. One of the actors on the Hindenburg lent it to me. They're performing it soon. You couldn't ask for more appropriate reading material. Murder, mutilation, torture. Shakespeare's got it all.
Why'd you go to jail?
For murder, but...
You didn't do it, of course.
Of course I did it. But I didn't intend to.
I understand.
We've lost the only lead we had to help us find Sophia Capone.
You think Boccarini's murder could be related?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
And he flips a page. Okay. We find out who he is, who this guy is, and I think what happened to him, basically, like how he murdered someone, and it was not intentional. I don't think it was. Oh, look at that. The fucker was left open.
Jesus.
That's
There's
a
at
lot.
least $1 million here.
If only I could just have a handful of that money.
Boccarini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccarini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Unless those are actual forges. Counterfeits. The guest may have left through the window.
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed NI.
These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
They never actually use their
I have to
names.
take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke.
OB.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He
Lovely.
was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe, and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to. All starting to add up, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus. Quick time event. The fighting could have been a little better, but you know what? Like I said, this was probably made by like just a small team, so...
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
I'll screw you, man. I'm an old man. And I'm taking on, looks like Hush from Batman. Oh yeah, hit that Y button! Hit that Y, motherfucker! Backhand! And backhand! And backhand! To your plastic surgery face, that's gotta hurt. Oh yeah, classic boxing. That I unfortunately don't do. He's gonna get the knife again! Ah, you bastard. Hit that Y, motherfucker! You better hit that Y! Yeah, headbutt, there you go. Yeah, gee, thanks for the help, Milton.
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming back?
Him! The monster!
The guy who killed Boccarini?
He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro!
What was he like?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Describe him
He
for
was
me.
trying to say something else instead from that.
It was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
Burke, shut up. You're Osmond Burke, right?
Yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you. Who wrote this note?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time. There are certain types of people I don't allow in my diner. But today, I have no choice but to make an exception.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't really give me an explanation of like why it says diner, police, and hospital. Like, what does that mean?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.
Alright, we're 25 minutes in, so I'm definitely going to have to end this episode when we're at the nightfall. So let me get to a point where, not that it's going to save, but I can just pause it, which, can I do it now? Yeah, I can do it, so yeah, why not? So next time on the Cooperators, we're going to continue with some more Blues and Bullets. We'll see you next time.